The promise had curdled. Now silence was the only passenger, and the air thick with the scent of forgotten potential. The city once gathered, buzzing with anticipation. Now, even the echoes seem too tired to move. The gatekeeper of dreams, a mechanism designed to trade paper for possibility, now only trades dust for decay. Downward, the path led to the mechanical heart of the beast, a one-way ticket to the subterranean silence. The main arteries, silent, massive, and far more imposing than any model could suggest. A spiderweb of copper and brass, the brain of the operation, waiting for a signal that would never come. In the deepest silence, any sound is a thunderclap, a reminder that the quiet may not be as empty as it seems. The rails were there, but the journey relied on the air, not the friction. A different kind of locomotion, now frozen. Curiosity is a magnet for the forgotten, and underneath the surface often lies the terrible truth of the cessation. The heart of the system, a tangle of gears and pneumatic pistons. Beautifully complex and utterly lifeless. Ghosts of commuters, their final destinations never reached. Only their belongings remain, silent witnesses. A million grains of silence, disturbed by a recent intrusion. He was not the first visitor since the collapse. The pursuit of knowledge demands courage, even when the path is laid out by fear itself. All secrets are locked away, but a truly forgotten place sometimes leaves the key in the hands of the intruder. The bowels of the system, where the air was forced and the great machinery strained against the physics of travel. Light, where there should be only shadow, a sign of recent activity, or a spectral malfunction? The lungs of the express. Here, the very atmosphere was bent to the will of the machine, then ultimately refused. The recent hand of man, not to destroy, but to rekindle. An unwelcome truth. A brilliant yet reckless modification. An attempt to perfect what reality had already deemed impossible. The air was no longer still. The presence was imminent, and the silence was shattered. The pursuer becomes the observer. To understand the threat, one must first avoid being crushed by it. Focused, determined, and deeply secretive. The work was not for the public eye, but for a singular, unknown purpose. The truth, however terrifying, must be documented. Proof of the unauthorized resurrection. Discovery is often a reciprocal act, and some discoveries lead only to the hunter's glare. The time for study was over. The time for survival had arrived. Run, little man, run! Silence became a casualty. The hunter emerged, trading the tools of engineering for the primal chase. The climb was relentless, each step a testament to adrenaline, his short legs pumping like pistons of desperation. In the face of crisis, a scientist reverts to mechanism, a final, frantic attempt to weaponize the facility itself. The latent power of the machine, finally unleashed, not to transport, but to impede. Momentary reprieve is a dangerous illusion. The genius was free, but the exit remained miles away. The silence of the cavern was replaced by the pounding of his own heart. Every step resonated like a drum of doom. Skill surpasses simple machinery. The obstacle was temporary. The pursuit was relentless. The weight of truth often outweighs the traveler. The chase stalled. The prize was no longer the man, but the secrets he carried. The blueprint of the resurrected dream. Freedom was within grasp. The light of the outer world, a beacon against the subterranean darkness. The gatekeeper demands patience, even from the desperate. The final lock, the last cruel jest of the forgotten facility. The notebook held the key, not only to the professor's theories, but to the very flaw the engineer sought to correct. Luck! Blinded by the sun, deafened by the city's din, he was back in the world, but irreparably changed by the darkness he left behind. The price of freedom. The most valuable currency was now in the hands of the very person who chased him. The final glance. A silent declaration of war, fought between the academic and the artisan. The confrontation was postponed. With the evidence of the future stolen, the professor had only one duty: to warn the present. The final fragile piece of proof, a snapshot of the conspiracy, the dark heart of the pneumatic dream. The door to the past slammed shut, but the current of pressurized secrets was just beginning to flow.